I think I want to talk about today moving to the next level in your relationship. A lot of people have been asking me, how do I get my man to or my woman to move into the next phase of our relationship? We've been dating for a while now. Things are starting to get serious, but I want to move in or get engaged or do something like make a major commitment and start looking to the future with each other. But I don't want to scare this person off. So what do I do? What do I do? Well, the first thing you have to do is understand who you are in this person's life. Do they claim you as their girlfriend or boyfriend to other people? Do they take you places? Are you a priority? Okay, if the answer is yes, then check yourself to the next level. The next level is, are they ready to move on to the next level as well? Do you and them feel the same way about each other? Do they like you just as much as you like them? Do they call and text just as much as you call and text them? Okay, if the answer is yes, check. Let's move to the next box. Okay, if that's the case, then how were they raised? Are their parents together? Are there other siblings, or if they have brothers and sisters, are they married? Are they in committed relationships? Okay, are their friends in committed relationships? Because a lot of times guys will not commit if their friends are not like all committed, because they know that, oh, I'm going to want to hang out, I want to go on trips, I want to go do this, and if I'm in a committed relationship, it's going to be hard to do certain things. So I don't know. So make sure if they're hanging around people, they're not being like persuaded or held back because of their friends or family. If that's the case, you need to kind of start making new friends and introducing him, and y'all start hanging out like as couples. You want to have couples as friends instead of single friends. Okay, so it's a lifestyle change, and you have to change everything around it if you want that to change as well. You're gonna have to start hanging out with couples so that he can feel like, oh, well, I want to go do that, I want to do this couples thing, and he'll start thinking we instead of me. Okay, the next thing, does he have enough money to be able to take it to the next level? Some men are insecure and will not take things to the next level because they fear, oh, I don't have enough money, I can't afford this and that, I can't, so you have to make it so that things are comfortable. You have to give them time to save, create a goal to start saving so that you can move to the next level in your relationship. Another thing you have to ask yourself is, does this person, have they already been in this situation? Have they been married? Have they been divorced? Do they have kids already? Are they moving slow because they don't want to repeat the same mistake as they did with the last person, and they're taking everything extra slow to make sure you're not going to be another mistake? If that's the case, then you're going to have to understand that, and you're going to have to be like, okay, well, I'm not this type of person. You're going to have to kind of prove yourself at that point, because a lot of people will not jump into marriage after they've just gotten out of one. You're not going to get a proposal as soon as this person signs a divorce paper if they're, if they went through a bad divorce. You're just not. So you have to be patient. If someone just died in their family and you're trying to push this relationship on them, they're going to push you back. Okay, you can't be selfish, especially if you're dating people with kids. You can't be selfish with the children and spending time and being jealous of stuff like that, because once they see that, they already know it's not going to work. So you're going to have to be very generous with their time if they do have other family from previous marriages. Okay. Do they still talk to their ex? Do they still talk to their baby mama as if one day they could get back together? Are they texting all the time? If you see that, and you see that they're not trying to move to the next level with you, that's a red flag saying they still might go back. So you got to understand what you're dealing with. Okay, things don't just happen like a fairy tale unless you line things up to happen like a fairy tale. And that's what I try to teach. Before you get into a relationship, get all the information. That's why I say let them do all the talking. You remain a mystery. Do they have kids? Do they have baby mama? Are they over the baby mama? Do they have enough money saved up to move to the next level? You have to get all this information so you know what you're working with. If most of the answers are, negative, then chances of that ending in a happy fairy tale is slim. So either you pass it by, pass it up, and move on to the next, or you can sit there and try to make it work, but there are no guarantees, okay? A lot of people will say, well, what about love? What about love? You can love someone all you want, but if they love someone else and stuck on someone else, does that love really matter? Okay? So what you're going to need to do is think strategically. When you meet someone, get all their information out on the table. Do you have, savings? Do you have kids? Are you still friends with their mother? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Does he talk about her a lot, even if it's bad? Even if he talks about her bad, that means he's not over her, because people don't talk about people like that. They'll just be like, oh, whatever. You don't need to hear it. It's boring. If they're like very passionate and emotional when they're talking about their ex, even if it's bad, that means they're not over them. So that's a red flag, okay? So make sure you know, okay? Make sure you know that, okay? And if you're willing to put up with that, don't get mad. Don't get mad when you and him get in a fight and he runs to her. Okay, don't get mad, because I always tell people that date men who are still close with the kid's mother. Eventually, if y'all have a fight, he's going back to her. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to sleep together. I don't know if he's going to sleep on the couch. I don't know if he's going to talk bad about you to her and she's going to convince him to come back, and then he's going to cheat and then go back to you and then have her calling you. I don't know. But it's something you can totally avoid by not even dating men with young children or things like that, okay? I would avoid it. Honestly, if it's me, I'm not doing it. And if I do date guys with children, it's not going to be serious. I'm already married, but before I was married, I would never seriously date men with children, because it's just too much. It's I ain't doing all that, okay? I'm too good for that. I was I'm too good for that. No, I'm not doing that. So, and the same thing, men don't have to date women with children. It's up to them, and you can't get mad at men for passing you by because you have kids. It's just one of the challenges of dating. You're gonna have to date a man who openly accepts it, and you're not gonna be able to have the freedom of talking with the father and having fun with the father and the kids at the same time as you used to. So lifestyles will change. You're gonna have to understand that. Also, moving on from the kid and the kids in the relationship, money, okay? Some people will get into a relationship and be all in love and love and love. Then when it's time to do stuff and there's no money, then they want to fight and argue, and talk about money when it was no big deal before. Money is a big deal, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a fan of it. I'm just saying money is a big deal. If you want to get married, you need money. If you want to go on a trip, you need money. If you want to have a baby, you need money, okay? If you want to go to the grocery store and buy food for your house, you need money. If none of y'all have money, but all y'all have is love, well, you can't eat love. Love can't pay the bills, but money can. So make sure you're dealing with someone who can at least hold down a job and keep a job and keep bills paid and stuff like that, okay? If you're dating someone that's going to pull you down, you're not dating. You're babysitting, and you're allowing someone to steal from you, basically, okay? If you're not dating anyone who can either keep you on the same level or promote you or push you to that next level, you're wasting time and you're doing yourself a disservice, okay? If you're at the bus stop, if you are on the bus, you should be dating a man with a car so you don't have to ride the bus, okay? If you have a car, you should be dating a man with a nicer car so that when y'all go out, you can step out in style. If you have a nice car, and you should be dating a man with a nicer car and a house that's nice, okay? You don't ever go backwards. It's silly. So same with guys. You know, if you're dating a woman and you cannot contribute to her in any way, you're using her and you're wasting her time. Okay? If you can't help her, if you can't promote her to the next level, she doesn't need you. Okay? The thing is, if men are now looking for women to push them to the next level, which is backwards. Okay, you're supposed to already be there. You're supposed to have the ambition and the drive and that male stamina to build and create and just, you know, be the man. But if you're looking for a woman to do that for you, then, you know, you're doing things backwards, and you're more in your feminine energy than you are in your masculine energy, and women don't respect that. So if you're one of those type of men and you always get cheated on, it's because you are, you know, showing too much feminine energy, and women don't like that. You know, because when a real man comes and like, I'm take care of that bill. Oh, I'm gonna pay for that. Oh, what do you want? Anything, pick it. They're gonna get super turned on and forget about you. They're gonna be like, who? Roommate? What? Scrub? What? You know, they're gonna go with that real man. Even if they've been dating you for 2 years, that real man offers to take them on a shopping spree, give them a stack of cash and say, here, go do something nice for yourself. They're going to take it. I'm not even going to lie. They're not going to say, no, I have a boyfriend who splits bills and rent with me and makes me go to work for another man every day. Sorry, can't take that money and go shopping with you. I'm faithful. No, I ain't know I'm going to do that. I'm like, okay, let's go. And she's going to tell you she was at work all day and her friend had a problem, so she had to go and talk to her and go to her mom's house and do her mom's hair, and that's why she's home so late. Okay? So if y'all men are out there looking for women to do for you, you might find some, but you might not keep them. Okay? I'm just telling you, because once a real man steps up and offers them things, they're going to take it. I'm sorry. Okay? And if you're dating a woman who, you know, men like that do not approach, and you think you got it in the bag, eventually she's going to see her friends, you know, move up and forward in life, and she's going to feel stuck and like you're holding her back, and then she's going to start resenting you and treating you like a child and secretly hating you. So, you know, still, it's always best just to be the man in the relationship and not the roommate and not the little kid. Women respect authority. Women respect men who can, you know, pay rent, pay bills without having their hand out to them. Women respect men who have it together financially. Okay? That's just honest to God truth. Women are not attracted to men who are not stable unless they want to be a mother to them, which means telling them what to do all the time, controlling them, telling them when they can go and when they can't go. They want the control in the relationship, so they will take on the masculine role, so that when you get ready to go out with your friends and your boys, she's going to tell you no, and you're going to listen, because guess what? You can't have a place to live without her. Okay? So keep that in the back of your mind, men who got their hand out at rent time. Okay? And I'm just trying to be honest with you. I'm not trying to put y'all down, but women don't respect men who got their hand out. They just don't. You know, it just makes them. It makes them look like a roommate or just another girl. Like, can I have some money? You know, I paid my half plate. Let's go Dutch for lunch. You know. So if you want to turn a woman off quick, ask her for some money. Okay. Now, there's some women out there that have been programmed, and they will try to boast by paying the bill. Like, oh, I got this. I don't need you. I'll pay. Wrong move, ladies. Even though you got it and you know you got it, you should never pay for your own meal when you're with a man, not even to prove a point. The only point you're proving is that you just paid for his food and he got you. What you need to do is pay for your own food. Let him get the other part of the bill and say, I'm going to go, you know, I'm going to go shopping now. You have a good lunch, you know. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that. You don't have to show off by paying his side. That's just saying, you know what? I'm dumb enough to pay for a man's meal and still not get the attention and the love and respect I deserve. That's not very smart. I will never pay for no grown man's meal unless it's his birthday or he's my niece, I mean my nephew or my little cousin. If he's a grown man that's older than me, my age, that I'm dating, no, never. Never, ever, ever, ever. Why? Because it would just turn me off and I would never speak to him again. It would just be like, phone number will never be dialed again. I'm so sorry. Delete out of my phone. I can't respect it. I just can't. There's something in me that cannot respect that. Okay? It could just be me, the way I was raised, but I just can't respect it. It doesn't go together. It's like eating a hot dog with jelly on it. It just doesn't go together. It's just nasty. Okay? So I'll see y'all. I don't eat hot dogs with jelly. Okay? I don't even eat hot dogs. But that's how nasty the combination would look to me if a man asked me to pay for something. Okay? I wasn't raised like that, and it's backwards to me, and it should be backwards to most people, but for some reason people are trying to promote it, and men are jumping on that bandwagon of looking like punks. But if that's what y'all want to do, you know, that's what y'all do. You know, I can't. I couldn't. That's why I am where I am. All right. See y'all later. Bye.